David and Laura Smith from Odessa, Florida, were celebrating their shared birthdays with close friends Michael and Sean Parker. It was a cherished annual tradition, and this year they took their boat out into the Gulf of Mexico to soak up the sun and relax. The skies were clear, the sea calm, and the group was in high spirits, snacking, sipping champagne, and enjoying the peaceful surroundings. David, an enthusiastic fisherman, decided to cast a line in hopes of catching lunch. Hours passed in laughter and leisure. Then, as David reeled in a sizable fish and reached for his camera to capture the moment, something unusual caught his eye through the lens. Floating nearby in the water was a strange object. Curious, David steered the boat closer, cutting the engine to quietly drift in. At first glance, it looked like seaweed or debris, but Sean noticed something more alarming: long brown hair tangled in the waves. Tension quickly replaced celebration. As they neared, their worst fears turned to confusion. It wasn't a person, but a small Jack Russell Terrier, clearly exhausted and barely staying afloat. The dog wore a bright orange life jacket, making it easier to spot in the open water. Despite his condition, the little dog began paddling frantically toward them. Michael reached into the water and gently lifted the dog aboard. They removed his life jacket and wrapped him in towels. The dog was cold and trembling, but otherwise appeared unharmed. The group was stunned. What was a tiny dog doing alone miles from shore? Sean quickly called the Coast Guard and described the situation. It turned out a dog matching that exact description had been reported missing earlier that day. The timing was uncanny. The dog had been lost for hours. While they waited for help, the group cared for the dog, who they temporarily named Max. He was shaking like a leaf, Laura recalled. It took about half an hour for him to calm down. When the Coast Guard arrived, Max eagerly boarded their vessel, clearly relieved. Later, they learned Max's full story. His owner, Joey Thompson, had taken him boating that morning. At some point while Joey was inspecting the boat's hull, Max leapt overboard, possibly chasing something or simply curious. Joey searched desperately but couldn't find him. When the Coast Guard returned Max safe and sound, the emotional reunion brought everyone to tears. Laura described it best: it was heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time. Max ran to Joey, tail wagging, licking his face, and the whole group stood by with tearful smiles. What started as a perfect birthday celebration turned into an unexpected rescue mission and a powerful reminder of the impact of simple kindness. Because David noticed something unusual in the water and the group acted quickly, Max was saved from what could have been a tragic end. Instead, it became a story of compassion, connection, and a happy reunion that none of them will ever forget.